Okay. Hello, Shane. And hello, Mo. And hello, Sonia. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me. As you can see, I do have things zoomed in a wee bit. And also, let me know if you can see the ARK pretty well. I'm starting a little later than usual because I had a situation that I had to take care of. Okay. So, hello to everybody. Let me know if you can hear me, please. All right, so if there's no music or anything in the background, you probably hear the TV, but you know, oh well. I gotta have some kind of background noise going on. All right, very good. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, yesterday we did the clouds. Today we'll do the ARK. The ARK will most likely probably be the quickest thing we'll do. Now, obviously, you see my glasses. My gray straggles my lips and my nose. Okay, so hopefully I won't be doing a lot of this. I'll be mindful of that, but I wanted to have a close-up on the boat. It does. Hello, Maria. Greetings, stranger. All right, let her. You know what, Sonia? She's not yelling. She's just expressing her point. That's all. Now, if this is a little dark, I can lighten it up, but obviously you know what happens when I lighten it up. So I can keep it like this or like that. Okay, I don't think I'll be using much glycerin in this, but I am going to explain a few things while doing this boat, because as you can see, even though technically it's a black and white-ish painting, we got the cobalt blue mixed in with black and cobalt blue in the white. Okay, and then we got titanium white. So it gives it this weird noir kind of look so far. Okay, I don't necessarily really want to do the boat like that. The boat I want to keep pretty much straight as black and white, and then we can continue with the bluish stuff for the water. Okay, so in a way it helps the ARK to stand out. When we're all done, you're not really going to see all of this on the bottom necessarily. It'll be the waves hitting it or whatever. It is kind of tilted. Okay, you know, the thing's rocking back and forth or whatever. So actually all of this normally should be underwater. All right, but it's, you know, I have to kind of paint the whole thing kind of sort of so you can know that it's still kind of turbulent and whatnot, depending on what type of water I want to put here. Okay, all right. Now, obviously the ARK is a wooden boat and it has slats. The smaller the slats, the larger the boat. Okay, so I'll be keeping that in mind, but I won't be doing it pen and ink type of way. It'll be strokes and whatnot, but we're going to work with a lot of tones and shading and whatnot for this. So it'll be a different type of painting for this. All right, there will be some fine tuned paint work obviously for the front part here and down the sides. All right, but there's gonna be a bunch of effects and stuff just to give that look of roundness to the boat. Okay, there's a curve here that I'm going to talk about, and there's a slight curve here where the slats of the wood would have to be shown a little bit to give the effect of volume, not only this way but this way. All right, so you have to give the vessel mass. Okay, and you have to make it look like it's huge and heavy. All right, so that's what we're gonna try to aim to do. I do have just two colors, black and white. That's it. It will be black and white, a series of brushes, and a lot of water. Okay. So, with all of that said, I guess we'll just get right on to it here. If you have, hello, Fatima. It's Fatima, Maria, Shane, and Rosemary, Sonia, Mona, and there was somebody else. Where are they at? Rosemary, I believe. Okay. And I appreciate you guys coming through. Hopefully my head won't be in the way too much. I'm also encoding some videos as I'm doing this. I was doing that all day, but I had to go pick up my cousin and from Buffalo, which is probably getting hammered with about 4 feet of snow right now. It's coming toward this way. Syracuse is going to get beat up with some snow, about 4 feet. If it moves south by tomorrow morning, we're going to be in big trouble. But right now it's to the north of us. Okay, so yeah, everybody's getting hammered. All right, let's pick a brush. I should have dug in and got my one of my watercolor brushes, but I didn't get it. That's all right. We'll improvise. So right now, what I am going to do is probably concentrate. Let's go from the top. I'll do these guys first, okay, and then we'll do something kind of crazy, and then we'll work from there. So I think you guys can pretty much see it okay. I'm going to start off very light with a light gray, because you have to think again, the light is hitting from over here. Okay, so this will more or less just be lighter. Okay, I got a very fine brush. I'm going to use thicker paint for this, because once I use the other stuff and I do other things with it, you'll see why. So no glycerin. I could use water, but I think I'll just use regular solid paint, because I want it to be yeah, it's the wolf is coming. Yeah, they're gonna get hammered. Yeah, they're gonna get beat down. I wanted to be a little opaque, is what I was trying to say. Okay, so we'll start right from here. You're gonna see a lot of my head. I don't want to go over the lines too much, to be honest with you. But painting this boat won't be as bad as you think. This essentially will be unless, I stop in the middle of it and start talking and running my mouth. This might be a pretty quick tutorial on this. But we'll see. And in case I do go over the lines, that will be okay, because I can always cover it back up with black. So no big deal. So as I use this lighter gray for this, sometimes all I have to do is use a dot of paint. I usually don't do this sitting down. I'm on a board this size, or a canvas this size. I'm usually standing up, but it's all right for right now anyway. If I get quiet on you, sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of black, just a touch, on the color I already have on my brush. And I'm going to come over here and get that little tad darker, just over here on this side. And then I'll just kind of wear it out. Very lightly. Okay. So I'm just bringing forth a little bit of shadow just on this side and let it fade into the lighter color and leave it be. Yeah, you're gonna hear my chair squeak. It's all right. Deal with it. It's all right. Okay. You're gonna see the camera move around. It's just the tracking. All right. On this side of the boat, it will be a little bit darker because, believe it or not, we're on the shaded side of the boat. All right. The lit side is obviously the side you're not gonna see too much of. You got me? All right. Okay. Let us get a touch of black. We'll put it into this gray. Just a little bit. I think that should be enough. I'm looking at the chat. Nobody's saying nothing. So I'll continue right along. Yes, I do paint upside down. Now, you see, as I'm pressing on the fabric here, that it's got a little bit of give to it. That's because I didn't spray it with water on the other side. If you spray it on the other side, this thing will be as tight as a drum. I didn't do that. Another good thing about acrylic is that it dries. Once it's dry, it's dry. I'm just gonna be real careful about the thin black lines. Essentially, I'm gonna do the same thing here too. Now, I'm just using a different tone of gray for this. Now, I'm gonna take a small amount of black, small amount. And we're gonna do essentially the same thing. A little bit of the corner will be, I don't know, it's a little darker all up in here. Okay. And we'll just kind of tap away a little bit. You probably don't see much of a difference, but it will be in there once it starts to dry a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to get a nice pile of black and white mix, a little darker than what I've been putting on, because once again it's the shadow side of the boat. Okay, so you have to relay different tones of gray when doing this. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to make much sense right now, but it will as we go on. We'll start right here from the bottom. And hopefully I got enough mix to do this. We'll see as we go on. Once again, I could use water for this, but I choose not to, because I should have enough to cover them, and I want it to dry. So I do have my little heater thing on. Get as close to the black line as you possibly can. Now, I might use water going towards the real tiny stuff out there. It depends. This brush is pretty good with a flat edge, so I have to hold it more and more erect. I think you guys can still see. I'm looking at, yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, That's cool. Just be real careful. Coming down to these little thin lines way down here. Eventually I'm going to have to use another, a thinner, smaller brush. See, let me see something, because sometimes my live chat is funny. I have to get out of it and come back in it. See if you guys wrote anything. But you guys are pretty quiet tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna use a smaller brush pretty soon. Yep, smaller brush time. Because I can see myself going over the line. Now this is a tiny brush, and I'm starting to go over the line. I don't want to do that. So, we'll put this back. I'm gonna use my script liner brush. That should be okay. Now with the script liner, obviously, you got to use a little water for it to get the paint on the brush. I'll just twist it around a little bit. I still want the intensity of the gray. Doing it this way, I'm doing it blind because I can't really see through the brush, of course, but it's okay. I would have, if I was right-handed, I would go in the other direction. But it's all right. It's okay. Painting on canvas is a little different than paper. Just like that. Well, these are the solid lines that I know will be solid. Get up as close to the other part of the line as you can, quite possibly can. All right, I'm just dipping my brush into a little water, twirling my brush around in the paint, and go right back into it again. Now, obviously with a little water in the paint, it's gonna take a little longer to dry, but it's okay. It's about 80 degrees in this room, so it will dry, but I do have to wait for it to totally dry. And the way you can tell, especially with acrylic paint, is that obviously when it's wet, it's a little shiny, it's reflective. As it dries, it starts to tack up, get a little darker, and a little flatter in color. Okay. I'm just twirling the brush as I do this. And I'll just get a little bit more, going to more of a point for the thinner lines. Just like so. Okay, and just wait for it to dry. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this same brush, and we're just gonna emphasize once again that area of darker area of gray in here. It's the good thing about acrylic, you can just go over it again and again. And once again, I just want to emphasize where the darker areas would be on the boat here. Okay, I have to wait obviously for that to dry pretty much. I can play around with the underneath this part of the ship here. Okay, and that will be a gradual color in itself, so we can mess around with that right here. Now I'm gonna play with this a little bit. A little touch of black right in here, and I'm gonna play around with it right in here. See, just melt it right into that deeper gray. I'm gonna get a little bit of water, some more black, and I'll bring it on down here. Once again, once you put water in this, you have to wait a little while for it to dry. I'll bring it right down to where that line is, because you might not see most of that when it's all said and done, because it'll be waves and whatnot over that. But you'll paint it as if there weren't going to be any waves. You just, okay, just like that. Now you might not see the gradual change in this as of yet, but there is one. There will be one. Okay. All right. I'm still looking. I'm checking it out. We're okay. We're okay. Yes, I do appreciate it when you guys do the thumbs up button. For some reason, it does help that algorithm. It lets the YouTube folk know that people actually are watching this. So that is important. I do appreciate it. I don't take you guys for granted at all. Never will. All right. So we gotta wait for some of this to dry. I can see some shine over here. You gotta wait for it to dry. What I'm gonna do is we'll take this flat brush, and we're gonna use a lot of water. I can probably do it more or less in here. I gotta be careful around in this area until that really dries up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak my flat brush in the water. I'm gonna come over here in the corner of this. I'll take some of this gray. A lot of water, maybe a touch of white to lighten it up a bit. All right, plenty of water, thin it out. Careful with your titanium white. If I use mixing white, it'd be a little different. Okay, now what I'm about to do will make absolutely no sense, but that's all right. Deal with it. You'll be all right. I'm gonna just come here and just start putting stuff in there like this. Come up here around the side, right around in here. Okay, just like that. Just put it around there like that. I'm gonna come on. Oh, there. Just clean that up a little bit. Just like that. Come up around in here. It's always best to do it light than to try to go dark. You can't go in reverse with this stuff. All right. It's just bad mojo, to be honest with you. We're gonna come in here. This will be a little more solid. Obviously, it's got water, obviously, in it. So, you know, be a little careful. Come up on here, play around under that, don't matter. And keep the strokes going in one, especially for the slats and stuff. Okay. I'm just getting some more water. Some of this light color. Very light. I'm gonna come around here and we'll do the same thing. Just pop it in there. All of it. Now, even if you go over the lines into the clouds, it really won't matter because this color is so light. Doesn't matter. It truly doesn't. But what I want to do is really saturate all of this up here for one reason and one reason only. You'll see in a second. Because we'll do this up here first. No matter how much I rub this paint, it's not coming off. It's really in there. I might even need just a touch more water. I want to saturate this. And you'll see why in a minute. I'll just do it like that, saturate the whole thing. But I kind of know where I want to aim. Okay, let's take a script liner. I gotta be kind of quick with this. I'm gonna take some black. Let's see if I can get away with it. Right up under here. Yep, I can get away with it. You see how it spiders out? That's really what I'm looking for. It to be dark here, and it's just gonna spider out. Now I'm at an angle, so I gotta keep the brush a little more vertical. And its gravity is gonna do the rest, so I'm not really worried about that. Gravity will do the rest. Okay, and get some more just straight black. And it's really, what it's doing is, I'll come back over here and do it again. It creates that dark overhang over that lip, basically. And it's going to gradually go downward and fade its own self out, so I don't have to do all that work. It does the work for me. But that's all it's doing. All right, don't worry about the little drippies here. See, that just goes away. Don't worry about those. Okay. I'm moving my whole arm, not just my wrist. Twirl on and get some more. And just follow that line all the way down. Just follow it all the way down. Yes, exactly, Linda. Yep. Now, just say if it starts to dry, like it's pretty much doing right now, it's okay. Because I could just reactivate it real quick if I'm doing it fast enough with the water. But if it doesn't do it, that's also fine. It's all right. Okay. It is A-okay. Nothing wrong with it. All right. I'll just take a little bit of water. We'll just kind of wash it down. It'll blend itself. Yeah, track all the way down. I'm just taking the water on the brush itself. Just let it come. Now I got the windows are done with what the heck you call it? It's done with what do you call that stuff? Permanent marker. That's what I'm trying to get at. Once again, don't worry about it bleeding. Don't worry about that. Okay. Don't worry about it bleeding. It'll go, it goes away. Just wipe it away. Don't worry about that. Okay. Where am I at here? I'm right here. And just keep it moving. and keep it going. It's all right. Let it do it. All right, let's put that away. Let's let that do what it's got to do. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We'll just drag that back over there. And we have to let that dry. As we just, just let it dry, let it do, what it's got to do. Let's take some more water right up around this area. And I'm gonna have a little fun here. Okay, just wet that area. Now, as I do this, the water, the paint is only gonna go where I place the water. Okay, so you guys should be able to see it because of the glare of the light there. All right, and I'll probably just play around with this brush a little bit. There's some parts that of the hull that are going to be a tad dark. Okay, just a tad. Now, I can show you in pencil. See, this is a funky little area here. So, let's say you have a curve going in like that, but then it comes out, all right, and then it goes around, then it goes straight down. All right, but you got this right from here. You got this little curve, but then you all of a sudden got a straight line because it goes another way now. We'll go straight down that way. Okay, you might not see those pencil lines, but that's pretty much what it's going to do. Okay, you can put a glob of paint right here, but it gets wider here, and then it gets narrow going in that direction. Straight line, and then it narrows down because you want to show the bulkiness of this ship. And while it's wet, you can see how you can just direct it. Okay, and I'm very gradual with the paint right now, doing this. Okay, all up in here. This is how I get my textures. Just repeat. And remember, as you do this, remember it dries. All right, so it'll look like something pretty soon. And I'm just going to use straight black and white doing this. But this is how I build up getting it to look the way I want to, getting it the way I want it to look. Okay. All right. Where are we at here? Let's still use this. Actually, watch this. I'll use some water right here on the top of the hull. Saturate it pretty good with the water right here. All down here, it doesn't matter. I just want a little wet there. All in here, just a little wet. I'll keep doing it till I get the wetness I want. Particularly in here. Okay. All right. I can probably get away with it with this brush. Right, just directly underneath the hull, right in here. And just let it just pour on down by its own lonesome. And I probably have to get it a little darker up top. If anything, I want it dark right up around in here. As long as I get it dark there. Okay, I'll just let it loosely just trickle down by itself. Okay. I'll rinse off my brush real fast. and just come slightly below it. Look at that. Look at that fade. Just slightly below it. It'll take it and you know, give back the rest. Because remember, I have gravity working for me here. All right. This can just fade away, go wherever it wants to go. I don't care about that. Okay. All right. Still somewhat a little moist there. We'll just take like right here, and I'll just do little striations. It's a little bit darker, curve it, and come down that way. It's the striations that I'm looking for. Okay, it's gonna gradually get darker and darker, and we'll start adding cute little lines to it. What the hell's going on with Google? Oh, why are you guys bothering me? Why are they trying to access my code? No, they're not going to access nothing you don't need to. All right. Okay, right up around here in the back here. We'll work that perspective thing just like this. Jesus Christ. Hold on, guys. What the fuck is he doing? Jesus. You know what? This is like the worst time for you guys to be doing this with me here. They don't know that I'm live. But I gotta tell him this before he fucks up my page. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, guys. I have to speak to him with this thing. You're the administrator, so you can make changes. Okay, so as I'm dealing with that, forgive me with my temper. It's kind of a long story. Anyway, you guys. Oh yes, yeah, I'm gonna give the boat some love. No, I'm not gonna give these people shit. Okay. Where am I at here? Before I became gamma radiated here. I'm sorry, guys. Up underneath the boat here, obviously no light, but I could do it with this. I'll just show you the flow. It's gonna go that way. It's gonna go that way, almost underneath like that. Okay, so obviously it's going to be fairly dark, and you're just really just building up all of this. Okay, especially under here. But even though I said it's dark, I'm still using grays. I'm slowly building all of this up. Okay, and you see you get little bits of light all of a sudden because you're building up layer after layer after layer. You follow me? Oh, let me explain this to him. Hold on. hold on guys. I'm actually live doing a live stream, but I can delete them. And then I'll see what I can do to make you administrator on YouTube so you can delete them. But I will take care of it. Okay, right up in here. Sorry guys that you have to be partakers of this, but I have to do it. Okay, also in doing this, let me get the focus straight. Also in doing this, you're creating movement, believe it or not, because it looks like the ship is going somewhere, yet obviously it's not going anywhere. You follow me? Okay. All right. Now that this part is dry, all right, I am going to go back into my jet black paint. We're going to do it the other way. Now I'm going into my paint. This brush keeps a very sharp edge, as you can see. Okay. Now watch what I'm going to do. Same thing, same line. Darker. Now that I just did that, it's still wet. I'm getting rid of the black. Okay. Now I got mostly water on this brush. I'm going slightly underneath this guy. And it will, once again, it'll fade all of that downward because it's still wet. You just get it to slowly just fade and come downward. That's all I want to do. You see? And it'll do it. It'll just get that hardness, hard edge out of there. Just like so. And don't worry about all these little wiggles in here. You just add that. Just, you know. But you see what it's starting to look like here. Okay. All these different fades and tones that we're doing. Okay. We're slowly building it up. All right. Let me show you something over here. Here's the thing, funny thing about a boat. Obviously the light's hitting here, but it's got that weird rounded thing happening. So is there really any light coming directly here? Not necessarily. It's pretty darn dark over in this area, right in here. And we'll keep it maybe right about there. Okay. All right. I'll take a little bit of water on my brush and we'll just take what we got there and we'll just kind of melt that in. Just like that's melted in there. Like so. All right, now I'll take a little bit of black right in here and it'll just melt away in there. Now I'll just make my little wood slat things there. It goes around there, but it comes out this way. And goes around just like so. Let it dry. Let it dry. And we're going to add all sorts of little things in there, but let it dry. It's going to get even, I'll have it go even darker. Okay, right in here. It's got this funky curve thing right in here. Then it's that straight line and it starts going the other way. Okay. You do have that. You got to keep that little wavy thing going there with it. Follow me? And while it's wet, you can do all this stuff. Go a little darker. I know I'm using the same brush. Right here, let's put a curvature right here. Just like that, and we're gonna go up above. Because remember, it's kind of dark down there anyway. All right, so we got this little curve thing right here, right? Okay, and we're gonna feather that. Curve it like that, feather this way. Curve it, feather that way, feather this way. Let's get a little thicker black here. I can use a what kind of brush? I can use a just like so. I can use a what the hell is that brush called? Fan brush for this too. Okay, we're gonna come up under here. Just like that. Not all the way. And right now I'm emphasizing the slats underneath. See? See how it's starting to look? Okay. We speak type 0 fluently. Yes, I must agree. Yeah, I tried art school. It bored me. It drove me crazy. It's because I already knew it at such a young age, and so I just sat there being polite. But it just drove me nuts. Okay, underneath here, black. It's dark. Okay, you ain't gonna see much light under this. Okay, not too much under here. But I will take a little bit of water, just a little bit, and we'll kind of make it smooth and fade it a little. Okay. Now, I know I'm doing it with this 1-inch brush. That's because I'm kind of into my little groove here with this brush. And once again, this brush kind of keeps up pretty decent, you know. Let's go with our perspective lines very lightly. Because I kind of know where they are. And I'm going to keep them fairly. Keep them fairly tight. I'm going to get just a little touch of water, go back into the black. It's a very light touch when you do them this way. All right, don't get nervous. I'm gonna mess up. No, look, use your eye. Look, just look. Okay, just look. Just look. Follow the strokes. You'll get it. You'll get them. Do them in different points, especially in the curved areas here. Okay. Especially where it's a little dark at. Come around in here. But as you can see how it's starting to take shape. And these are just broad strokes giving you the impression of where those slats are. And there's quite a few of them. you're really giving direction to this guy, okay, to where things are. Hey, once again, pretty dark under here. Under this, all under here, fairly deep, okay. All right, it is, you know, pretty dark under there. Okay, let's get a little bit of texture going on with it. We're gonna have a little fun with this. Let's play around with those first. Let's put this bigger brush back down. Let's go with I'll do it with a script liner. We're gonna take a script liner, some white, maybe light gray. You guys don't see it here on the camera, but just some light gray. A lot of water, light gray. Up around in here. We'll get that funky kind of stripe thing going. You can come here and kind of do it that way too. So it's like a person's wavy hair, and it kind of curves around and goes the other direction. Curves around like that. I don't have to have it super, but you don't have to have it super duper white. We can do that a little bit later. You'll see in a second. And these are just the slats guiding your eye to which direction she's kind of going. All right. I can take, just for effects, just straight white paint right up here and just give it a little bit of a shine. And that's about it, really. Okay. We can take some of this bright and we'll outline just a little bit, just bright white, just right up here, just a little bit. Not too much, just a tiny hair of that. Okay. Maybe a little something right up in here. Okay. Which actually brings, believe it or not, that little line brings the ship out. Believe it or not, that little bit. It's crazy, I know, but it works. This is my comic book art thing coming out. If you want this to come out a little more, you just highlight it right here. You're highlighting the edge right here, just like that. Okay, so this brings out the ship from the clouds. This brings out this part of the ship compared to that. You got me? Just like that. Okay. But can you guys now see movement? Now you see what's going on with it. Okay. We're gonna do more and more with this. Okay. As I'm looking. Okay, I said I was gonna have a little fun with this, and we are. Let's take yonder palette knife. We'll do this one. I'm gonna take a little bit of, I'll put it in my hand. We'll take some titanium white. If I can flatten it out enough. Take a little bit of the white, and we get some rough stuff going on in here. Like say, for instance, just like that. Okay, we're gonna have a little fun with it. This is no different than what I did before with the original drawing. which actually guides, put it right across there too. Right across that. Because you're going to have a beat up, worn, I mean, waves are hitting this thing. You don't know what the heck is going to be left of this Hulk when it's all done. Okay. Yes, you can get your finger, you can guide it. Okay, just like so. All right. You can take black and do the same thing. I'll just take a little thin bit of black. We'll come around here and add some of that all up under here. Just break it up a little bit. And keep it in the direction of your slats there. Come up around in here. Now, you see how it's looking? Take your finger and just go in that direction. See, go around that curve. People ask you how you do it. There you go. This is how you do it. The more you do it, the rougher it's going to look. It's going to look like it's really been through hell. Wet on dry. You're helping with the curvature of this thing. It's going downward. Like I said, it won't take too long to do this boat. Once you get into the groove of it, you know, you're gonna be all right. You'll be okay. All right. You will definitely. You'll be all right. You'll be able to work all this out. Okay. As I'm looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, I'll take a little dot of black on my finger. We'll come over here like that. We'll bring it downward. Something like that. Add a little depth in that corner. Bring it downward like that. See? Okay. Now that I did that, we can, a little bit of white, and we'll outline it. Just like that. There. How's that? Okay. Just like so. Gobsmacked. Haven't heard that in a while. Yes, she's a monster. This ARK is simply massive. It's big. It's no joke. Okay. All right. Let's take we'll take a smaller brush. I don't want to take a filbert. I'll take a smaller flat brush. We'll start to I'll take a little bit of, this brush is too rough. I don't want this one really. I want a smoother brush. So excuse me 1 minute. Okay, we have a 1/2 inch brush, slender hairs. I'm going into my black, an ounce of white, and some water. A lot of water. This is cool. Okay. Remember, this is the shadow side of the boat. Just like that. Do the same thing up here. Now, the add to the texture, what if you stop and you go on again? Yeah, it's going to leave a mark. Good, leave that mark. This is not Carnival Cruise Lines, guys. This is an ARK made out of wood. And it's been through one of the Almighty's record-breaking storms, so it's not going to be in the most pristine condition when it's all said and done. Paint it like that. Okay. Just like so. Gives an entirely different look to this thing, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does. Just wait for that to dry. Okay. I can take some of this, and once again, we'll just emphasize right here, a little bit darker, right in there. And right in here, just emphasize the dark part of the ship. Just keep building and building and building. Leave that alone. Just build up under here, because it's fairly dark under there. Okay. All right. Let's get a little more water. I like this color. Pretty cool. We're gonna come right here. We already got our shades and whatnot going on over there. All right. And I'll just kind of shadow it a little bit more. That's all. See? And just let it dry. You'll still see the strokes and stuff going on under there. You're gonna let it dry. So all that shininess you see will just dry up and go away. You'll still see the striations and all of that. Okay. All right. Okie dokie then. This brush has a pretty decent sharp edge to it. We'll come here. All right. Very lightly. Well, the color's light anyway, but you're gonna make your little slats in certain areas. Get these slats going. Nice long slats there. Okay. I'm not painting a schematic of the ARK. So I don't have to use protractors and rulers. This is all freehand in my eye and a feeling. You follow me? But look at all what we've done earlier and what we're putting on top of it as layers and layers and layers. You got me? And that's all we're doing. Is keep adding layers. All right. And just remember, I told you you'll still see those lines. You'll still see stuff there. Okay. If you go over that white, if you want it to stick out, because in case you did go over the white, a couple taps and bring it right back. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay. All right, we're getting there. You know what? Here, let's play with this a little bit. You want to play with the curve? Play with the curve in here. Just add some white to it. Okay. All according to your interpretation and what you want to see. Almost looks like a big whale. I'm gonna use the corner of the brush, bring some of those striations back a little bit in here, just a few. Come up around in here. Okay, just a few. All right, just a few. Hey, Meeps Music, how are you? Good to see you. Good to meet you. Nice to meet you. And thank you. Appreciate it. Nice. Yeah, well, I have my moments. As few as it may be, but I have my moments. Okay. Let's go back into our black and some water. Plenty of water for this. I want the windows to still be somewhat visible, somewhat. It's just gonna make a mushy kind of gray. We'll test it out. We'll come back here. I really don't want this to be too lit. It is the shaded side here. We're kind of blacken some of that and go right over your previous wood panel, the whole 9 yards. Right up in here. You're not going to see much light on this side, remember? Okay. I'm going to sneak in just a wee bit of darkness, just a little bit. Right up in here. There we go. Especially in here. It's a little dark in there between those windows, but I'm going to do it in a way to where you still see the windows. But it's not necessarily the most lit part of the ship. Bring it down. Bring it all the way down. Okay, same here. This row in here. Obscure it a little bit. Now, using water, it is smooth out. Okay. And it also depends on the size of the brush you have. I told you doing this ARK, it won't take as long as you would think it would. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm still checking things out, still looking at it. I'm going to take a little bit of this dark. We're going to go back under here. I still want it a little deeper right in here in this corner. It's a battle. I won't lie. It's a constant battle dealing with this side. Keep messing with it and you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay. And once you deepen this side here, okay, that side just appears that much more lighter, as it's supposed to be, as it should. You got me? Okay. All right. Let's take a little touch of white with this brush. All right. Just to bring that back out a little bit. That's all. Yeah, we're good there. I'm still checking it out, still looking at it. We'll pull back. Right now, for the past, I don't know how long you've been looking at the boat this close. Okay. So I'm still checking it out. I'm still looking at things. This is just a really slick way just to clean off the brush. So I'm not really being a philosopher or anything. I'm just cleaning the white off the brush. That's about it, really. Just going in the same direction, cleaning the brush. Oh man, did I wake up the puppy? Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a regular Mr. Spock, meeps. But I do enjoy it when you guys talk to me. Okay. So I'm just doing little things think I'm ready to, I think it's ready for me to leave it alone a little bit. I'm gonna keep looking at it and make sure we're good. And I think we are. You'll let me know. I still feel I should shade this a little bit more. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. I'm gonna take my giant brush and do that. It will be just a slightly light glaze. Okay. Because it's not really that bright in there, but I'm gonna tone all of that down. One of the advantages of working with acrylic with water. Okay, let's take my wide brush. This is my do everything brush. This is like my third one, about 2 inches wide. All right, okay. I'm gonna have to really be careful with this. I'm going into my water with this large brush. I'm gonna come here and get a little bit of black. Okay. Now, if I go overboard with this, can I wipe it away? Yeah, I can. But even though I'm using black or black gray, if it goes a little crazy, if it goes south, I can somewhat correct that. Okay, but here we go. Where should we start it from? And we started from here. Let's do it this way. Let's start from here, like this, and then we'll just go wide. And we'll see how it goes. And if I don't like it, well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just got to be darker. If I feel it needs to be darker, then I'll obviously go darker. And guess what? It needs to go a little darker. Do it in baby steps. Please do this in baby steps. When you do things a little darker, okay? But I got water here on this, so that saves that. See that? Now that gets rid of all of that glow. But let it dry. Now it's gonna bleed a little bit. I'm gonna let it do so. But that's about all the toning down I really need for this. Okay. When you put on a glazed layer, and for this example, I use obviously black. So whatever is already dark, it will just set in more. Whatever's mid and light tone will pop out. Okay, because you just now deepen that tone. You got me? Okay, if that makes any sense. Now, what's also pretty cool is that because I'm on a vertical surface, I'm applying like a watercolor wash on a vertical surface. So obviously gravity is going to pull everything down, and that's why you see some of this stuff going on, which is really not bad. I can just play with it, really. I just kind of take it over here, go that way with it. I'm gonna keep some of it, okay, because I like it. All right, and you just keep messing with it, okay. Just have a ball. Just keep playing with it. Let me show you something with a rubber brush, if I got one handy. Nah, we'll use this one. All right, paint's wet, cool. Rubber brush, okay. And we'll just play around with this stuff. It moves the paint around like that. I can sign my name on it if I really wanted to. And once again, I'm playing with the textures. I'm just really having fun. I can take it and go wide like that. See, like so. Or I can just go thin, whatever. And the water is gonna travel and play around with it a little bit. And I'm just making scrapes in the wood. Like I said, this thing's been through hell. Okay. As I'm doing it, and as you see me doing it, this paint is drying. You follow me? And hell, you can take your fingernails and go across this thing if you want. Now remember, as it's drying, it's also vertical. You follow me? So it's drying and going downward. All right. The underbelly, a lot of this is going to be covered with waves and stuff. So you're only going to really see this part, that part. You're not going to see much of this. But if you do see it, it's going to be dark anyway. Okay, so definitely this is really the underside of the ship is being hoisted up. All right. I'm sitting to the extreme left of the painting, and I sit to the extreme left because if I sat in the center, you'll be looking at the back of my head like this. All right, so I'm actually painting to the left. This is 24 by 36. All right, so it's a pretty nice size painting. Okay, enough rubber brush. Let's pull back a little bit here. A little more. Pull back. That should do. Let's straighten it up and tilt it like that. And there. Now let's do something here. Let me talk to you about this. Yesterday and today you have an eye full of the clouds. The clouds have black and cobalt blue in them. So now it's a different type of color. This is true black and white. Well, gray wash, but it's true black and white. This is what black and white looks like compared to what would have been black and white if I did the whole painting this way. I didn't want to. We're going to come back to this for the water. The only thing truly black and white in this painting is the ARK itself. Okay, so I wanted to show you what black and white does look like with a this weird cobalt black and white. So this is what we got so far, guys. Okay, pretty neat. And as you see, as it's drying here, that I've toned down the midsection here. It's dark, pretty much where it's supposed to be. You got this weird, this kind of darkish little path here up underneath the little fold of wood there that's faded downward. Okay, so everything that's meant to happen did happen with this. Okay, if I need to accentuate anything darker, I would probably just take a permanent marker and maybe tighten up a few of these, maybe, if I feel it needs it. I think it does need it a wee bit. I can do that right now. It should be somewhat dry enough. I'm not going to take a super thick marker to do it, but it will be a permanent marker. Permanent markers are alcohol based, so when I go to varnish this thing, if it's too many alcohol marker bits in this painting, it will appear that it's not been it will appear that it has not been touched, and it has. It's just the alcohol in the marker that kind of acts as a resist to this. All right, but that's all. And you can almost pretty much see it because it's very reflective. Okay, but I just needed a line or two to be a little more prominent. I could probably go thicker than that, but I really don't want to. I'll see once I add the waves tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I know tomorrow's going to be pretty much a long video. I don't really have much more to do with this, but I knew that this was going to be the second thing I would paint. I really don't think I have to add any more shading or anything to that. And if I do, I'll just end up glazing it on there. But I really don't think that needs to happen. Okay. Ironically, I can, because of the light source of where it's hitting, it's going to be brighter here. Okay. And a funky, weird darkness coming forward this way, but it will be lit back there, which is going to bring this out even more. Okay, So, oh, thank you so much, Meeks. I do appreciate that. So, yep. And if I also wanted to, I don't think I will, but if I did, or if I wanted to, yes, I could add rain in this. I could do that. I don't think it will need it by the time everything's said and done. It will probably make it look a lot more dynamic, but it's going to look more dynamic. Right now, it does look like calm because obviously you're looking at flat black. Okay, and it's just sitting there. Like I say, maybe a quarter of this boat will be underneath the water, the waves going, whatever. I can probably emphasize more movement if I put a wake going in there, but who knows? Who knows? I'll think about that tomorrow. Don't know. Okay. Yes, I do appreciate it, me. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. And people who do send me anything, they're super chatting, things like that. It just goes towards supplies and all that good stuff. Man, I haven't recovered anything from a super chat in so long. I forgot how to do it. I'll look into it and see, because I forget. What else? I think really that's it. I told you this really technically wouldn't be a long video. The last time I painted an ARK like this, it was 6 years ago, and I guess it was the inspiration for the gentleman that wants this to want it done on a large frame, large canvas. I do have the photo of that original ARK. If you guys want to see this right here, because I needed it to look at what it was that interested him so much. I can take it out of here for a minute, because I do have the photo of it. Obviously the clouds are a little different, and this is 6 years difference also from when I last did it, but you guys should be able to see it. There it is. Okay, let's take the glare out of it. Actually, let's do this. You guys should be able to see it if I put it this way. Okay. Obviously, it's a little more, 6 years difference. So, still freehand. I did freehand in this, but that's the actual original painting, which was done, believe it or not, on 8.5 by 11-inch typewriter paper. I still have it, I think, somewhere in one of my folders. This is the original. Okay, I definitely wanted to do something a little more dynamic with the clouds. 6 years ago, I didn't know how to do this, so that's why they look like that. Okay, I wanted to put a little more oomph in the front end, which is why I added that, and a little more dynamic shading and tone work, which I didn't know how to do back then. But there's a lot. If you come, if I bring it closer to you and do it this way, okay, you can see a lot more slats. But then again, smaller brush, smaller paper, more detail. All right, the waves will definitely be different than what you see here. All right, but this, I actually had to look at my own painting to remember how I had the position of the ARK. So if someone asks you to do a double of something, what they're looking at really is the imagery of the guy. Okay, the clouds and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's the inspiration for the clouds, as you can see. Okay, buddy in India, or not India, Italy, he did this hand painted all of that. That's crazy. I don't know the size of it, but I know it took him a month to do all of that. That's nuts. But I took that and just did those. But this is just updated. This is an updated version of this painting. Okay. So, but I did like the turtle or the tunnel imagery. So that was, I thought that would be great with the ship going in perspective like that. So I just melt two of them together. But yeah, 6 years ago, I didn't know how to do anything like that. You kidding me? But yeah, I know it took him a month for the clouds. Oh my God, the detail on the ship. I know this painting is immense. It's massive. I don't think he speaks English very well. He's a guitar player out there in Italy. That paints the way he does. So, but yeah, this is it. All right, put her back. Oh, let's put this back the right way. Is this the way? Yes. Let me put it back correctly so I don't have it drop. This, okay, let me tighten this up. Hold on, guys. There, I can put it back this way. No, do I got it backwards? No, there it is. Okay, hold on. I usually keep this tablet plugged in at all times. And let's put it this way. There we go. And I can turn it either which way and all of that. Okay, I really don't even have to look at the picture anymore. The waves would be my own imagination. I'll do something with the waves tomorrow. So, 8.5 by 11-inch typewriter paper. I did that ARK with, yes. Very tiny. Yeah, I've grown artistically, but I shrunk naturally. I used to be a little heavier than this. But yeah, like I say, it's in a little book folder binder somewhere. It's somewhere around here. That original painting. I did it for a church book cover, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I have a number of black and white paintings I've done. So tiny. Yeah, I very rarely paint anything this size. Very rarely. Usually it's 18 by 24 will be the biggest. The largest I've painted was 24, well, canvas anyway. I think it was 24 by 48. It was 2 by 4 feet. The largest mural I've done was 11 feet high and 50 feet long, and I did it in 7 days. That was the largest. And I did it in oil paint on brick. Yeah, happy times. I've never done anything else like that since. That was the end of that. So. Yeah, it's good to have new people. So I don't know how Meeps found you, but I'm glad you did. You know, thanks for coming through. I will try my best to be a lot more consistent. I used to do a live every Wednesday at 7, and I used to have a premiere every Monday at 7. Will I do that schedule again? I highly doubt it, but I'll probably pop up a lot more often. I'll find a niche in there somewhere where I know I can be consistent and just be there just to paint and chat. I am a night owl. Usually, more than likely, the later the better for me. It works the best for me. I'm on the Eastern Seaboard, so it's just right now 10 o'clock. Okay, this is it. Yeah, the other one encoded. I think that was the last one. All right, so shoot, 10 o'clock. I still got about 4 or 5 more hours in me to stay up and look at TV. Because I won't do anything else. This should be completely dry. Yep. All right, she's dry. She's done. She's dry. Okay. All right. Tomorrow, Friday. Friday, pack a lunch. we are going to do this water. The water is going to take a minute, okay, because it has to at least equal what I got up here. So yeah, and the lighting, once again, the lighting is different because the boat will be pretty much lit from behind, and I'll think of how to put the waves in there and all of that good stuff. There won't be anything in the front. It'll just be all water, all expanse. So then after that, I'll tighten up whatever needs to be tightened up around in here somewhere. Oh, what you're looking at over there is the second easel, okay, which I don't use too much, but the stand paintings up to dry. But I don't use it too much. Not on camera anyway. But yeah. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to say. I gotta warm up my coffee. I'm trying to remember if I have to take the mutt out. I don't think I do. I think she's good for tonight. Okay, Meeps, I didn't know. Hey, Wisconsin, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, Wisconsin. Shane, thank you very much. Shane is from Australia, so she's a day ahead of us. And I think it might be either very late the next day or very early. So she's from a long way. Well, thank you, Wisconsin Greg. Appreciate it. But I appreciate all who came in to watch. Usually I have a camera up here, but obviously I can't do all of that. But I'd like to say thanks to everybody. Yeah, I'll sign off. My hair is growing. The cap got to go back on. I shall, if nothing bars anything, I should be here tomorrow, and we're gonna do the water, pack a lunch. I'll probably do it a little earlier, so I don't have to feel rushed. But this is part 2 of the ARK. I'll take a photo of it, and I won't put it on Facebook, not until it's pretty much done. And hopefully the client likes it when he does see it. The reason why I won't post on Facebook, because he is on Facebook and he does visit my page, so I can't put this on Facebook yet. But when it's complete, I'll send a photo to him and see if he likes it. You know. Then when he recovers from the price I'm gonna charge for this, you know, I'll post it. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye. Hey, Jessica. Just in time for me to go. Bye bye. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. Oh, you're in the UK. All right. Awesome. You're about 5 hours or so ahead of me.